Hey everybody, it's me, Pudog3. So last year I made a video about my experience meeting Sam Raimi, and it did pretty good. So, Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is most well known for portraying Elvis Presley, Ash Williams, and the guy from Fortnite. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I don't know what I'm naming this video. Because not only is this the time I met Bruce Campbell, this is also the time I met Doug from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Yeah, I know Doug, the tweaking guy from the Five Nights at Freddy's movies that only cares about his appetizers. I don't know what I'm gonna name this video, honestly. I think I'm gonna stick with Bruce Campbell first. That gets views. Good job. If not, I'm gonna go to Doug. But it doesn't matter right now. Instead of me yipping and yapping, I'm going to start this video and we're gonna talk about the time I went to FanExpo 2024. Okay, so if you watched last year's video, you may know that I went with my friends Rajan, Nick, and MF Dom. But this year I went with basically the same crowd, but we added another Nick, and we shaved him. We're gonna call him Nick 2. But I didn't even know Nick 2 was coming. Before we even mention Nick 2, we have to talk about the start of the day. Hello. I'm doing the Comic-Con thing again. This time I'm at my humble abode. I don't know how this one's gonna go. My predictions right now is that it won't be nearly as interesting as the last one. Nowhere close to meeting like a life-changing celebrity or anything. But yeah, I'm going to meet Bruce Campbell today. Hoping to see Doug from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Oh shoot, okay, Dom's texting me. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you guys in a few seconds. It's a story time video. This year was really weird because last year was the first time I ever met Dom, and now Dom drove me to the actual expo. So yeah, it's a little different of a story already. While we walked into the convention center, we talked about upcoming movies like Madam Web and Craven the Hunter, I don't know, stupid Sony stuff. Then we got in there and got our badges. Dom, he wasn't spending the whole weekend of his life there, but Nick and Rajan were. Rajan was getting autographs and videos for his new movie that's coming out this year called Super Sandler Me. I don't know if he's gonna announce it or anything. Here's a soft launch. If anybody watched this specific part of the video, he's making something related to Adam Sandler. He met Tara Strong and made her talk about the one time she voiced Frankenstein's wife in Hotel Transylvania. I think someone just died outside of my window. But my pass was for a Saturday and it had a little Albert Einstein with Chewbacca's body on it. But we didn't go in just yet. We were waiting on the other people to show up. I'd got a little pin for the expo that I had to go pick up and I left Dom. But whenever I came back, he already was met up with the two Nicks. And I guess we just didn't care about waiting for Rajan because we just all four walked in and we eventually found Rajan in there and we ran into him.
We're joining together.
Don't record me. Don't record me. Don't record me. Don't record me.
Don't record me.
No cameras, please. But I'll be completely honest. I didn't have as big of a connection to Bruce Campbell as the rest of the group. I mean, I've seen the Evil Dead movies, but I'm more of a Sam Raimi guy. So honestly, I was here making this video because I had views in my eyes. So I went to go talk to this guy who writes books. He writes something raunchy like The Boys. And he has a big monkey on the cover of one of the books. There's a big monkey man who wears a suit. But I didn't record anything of that, and I don't remember his name because I don't. But after saying, oh man, that was terrible, this video's gonna be horrible, I met Bruce Campbell. Bro trying to be the main character right now.
I am the main character. See, we're gonna look at this. So Saturday programming. That means I'm better than you.
Is that what this means?
That means I'm better than you.
Rajan wasn't in the picture with us because he was meeting Bruce Campbell the next day with Joe Biden. But the experience of meeting Bruce Campbell was kind of crazy. And the juxtaposition of meeting him and Sam Raimi was even crazier. When we met Sam Raimi was trying to have a conversation with us for a good like 5 minutes. Bruce Campbell saw us, said, "Look at these guys, come in here, come in here." Then he lines us up for the photo. He says, "Big guy, you're in the back." Nick's the big guy. And he said, "You two in the front." I said, "Do you need me to squat down so we can see you guys so I'm not blocking your face?" He said, "No, that's for office pictures." He manhandles me, grabs my arm, and points at the camera. And then that's what the picture ended up being. Last year, our meetup spot was Charles Martinet, but he was not there this year. So our meetup spot was RoboCop. Old frickin' RoboCop. We used this meetup spot to wait for Rajan, who was taking a picture with some celebrity that I don't really remember. I think he's from Star Trek. But when Rajan finally made it to the RoboCop meetup, he said, "Y'all, I'm for real low-key kinda little baby hungry." And I said, "Well, baby boy, let's go get something to eat." But we didn't go to Subway at first. We ended up going to the food court, the dry school cafeteria chicken sandwich. They actually didn't have school cafeteria chicken sandwiches. They had hot dogs though, and hot dogs. The bun was hard. The bun was hard. I threw the bun away and I ate just the wiener. But after that, Rajan and I perused around the floor and we ran into a familiar face that I would not like to talk about in this video. Eventually, when we were walking around, I found this cool looking Saul Goodman poster. But I didn't buy anything after that. We just kept perusing and perusing and I kept my head on a swivel looking for Doug. Because, side quest, before I got to the event, I was really hoping that I would get to meet Doug. Spoilers if you watched the intro. But the entire time we were at the expo, I was kind of doing this and looking if I saw a man that looked similar to that little tweaking guy, to the point where everyone in the group started saying, "Where's the tweaking guy from Five Nights at Freddy's?" But alas, I did not see him at that moment, and it was time to go to Nick's panel, which I got to go to this time because he did it on a day when I was there. Nick was doing a panel on Daredevil, and Charlie Cox was also at the expo. So, a lot of people thought that the Nick panel was the Charlie Cox panel. But a lot of people were a little upset to the point where Nick said, as soon as he got on the mic, "Hey guys, if you're here for Charlie Cox, I'm sorry, I'm not him." Then I found out even later in the week that CM Punk's friend, Kyle Broflowski, went to the panel that Nick was going to go to and got bamboozled, thinking it was Charlie Cox. After Nick's panel, Nick hit me with the, "Hey bro, I'm low-key kinda little bitty baby hungry." And Rajan and I already ate, so we went to Subway. At Subway, I started talking to Nick too, and we decided that we were gonna join forces and we were gonna save up to go meet Rob Paulsen, the voice actor for Yakko, Pinky and the Brain, Carl Weezer. And I found out at Subway, he's the guy who voices the guy from Lilo and Stitch, the one that makes the Reuben sandwiches, Reuben. But once we got back to the expo, we had a few things on our checklist. We had to go meet some celebrity, I don't remember her name, and they talked to her about her encounter with Angry Joe. Next on the checklist, because apparently he was in an Adam Sandler movie, was Danny Trejo. Nick brought up something about Spy Kids, and Danny Trejo kind of went crazy.
Right now, I'm watching all of Robert Rodriguez's filmography, and of course, you feature in that a lot.
Text Robert Rodriguez and tell him to get off his dead ass and do Machete Kills in space.
That's what I'm saying.
But we didn't even pay for a picture. And then next thing I knew, Danny Trejo was grabbing me. A lot of celebrities grabbed me that day. Danny Trejo grabbed me, shook my hand, and he took a picture with him. I really like Danny Trejo, so that was pretty cool. Next up, we were doing a run back on Bruce Campbell. Now, here's the thing about the Bruce Campbell signature. Again, like the Sam Raimi one last year, I didn't necessarily pay for it. Nothing too interesting happened. I would be honest, I think the guy was a little overwhelmed because the line was really long and he was just trying to get it over with.
Me, you see Sam signed it last year.
Yeah, I see that Sam took all the space too.
Well, we didn't know you were going to be here. I'm sorry.
Sam knows it and he does it intentionally.
Yeah. We were all aspiring filmmakers in college, and I know, me personally, I know we all agree that the Evil Dead movies are huge inspirations for us.
Well, good. Get to work. Get busy.
Yeah, that's what Sam said. He said, keep them rolling. So that's something that we've been trying to do.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here. You should be making a movie.
Well, I got to hear the words of,
you don't need them from me. If you need words from me, you're doomed.
After that, me and Nick too were like, I think it's time we meet Rob Paulsen. If you guys didn't know, I am a big fan of Rob Paulsen. Why wouldn't I be? I parodied the Pinky and the Brain theme song to introduce one of the most pivotal moments in the Poo Dog 3 lore. But while me and Nick too went to meet Rob Paulsen, the others went to go meet Elijah Wood. However, while we were waiting in line, talking about Scooby-Doo and Hanna-Barbera, I noticed a hobbit of our own. There was a very tiny man walking down the convention floor, and this man, by a glance, seemed to be Doug. I quickly turned to Nick too and said, "Bro, is that Doug?" And he said, I don't know, is it? And I said, I think, I wish he would turn to his right. I just need to see like a side profile of his face. I could probably figure it out. And he says, I don't know. Will he turn? Then we look back, he's gone. I have no clue where he went. He's just inside a big crowd of people. Then, just by chance, I used my binoculars and I zoomed in. And it was friggin' dog! If you guys didn't know, I'm a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. Have the poster, have the meme compilations with over 100,000 views, and I was stoked to meet one of my favorite characters from the movie. But yeah, I walked up to him and I said, hello, are you Michael Sullivan? He says,
Why, yes, I am.
and I said, can I get a selfie with you? He said, of course. And then as I said, I loved you in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and Renfield, he says, shut up, Poo Dog 3. And I said, huh? And he says,
Oh, yeah, Renfield was so hard. They had me there for so long and they used one of my lines.
I said, Doug, excuse me, what did you just call me? He said,
I didn't call you anything.
and I said, have a nice day. And I met Rob Paulson.
Who was nice?
And that was pretty much it for all the crazy things that happened at the convention. Not gonna lie. I got 2 No Way Home Funko Pops. One was of Matt Murdock hitting the meanest whip I've ever seen. And the other one was of Peter Parker with his mask off. Then, interesting enough, I run into this one store who is selling MF Doom stickers. I say, how much are those? She says, oh, one sticker is $1, or for $5, you can buy a pack of 50. So needless to say, I got the pack of 50. I now own 50 MF Doom cards. Actually, I got home and counted it, and it was 52. But after that, we didn't go see Megan. We didn't do the Megan. We went to my apartment, and we watched Mr. Deeds, the Adam Sandler movie. What a way to end the night. But overall, my experience at FanExpo 2024 was a whole lot of fun. I know I feel like I'm not geeking out about it as much as I did last time. I'm just kind of recapping the events. I feel like I can't hype up the Bruce Campbell thing because nothing really too big happened. I feel like I've seen Bruce Campbell for maybe 2 minutes of my entire 19 years of life, whereas I saw Sam Raimi for maybe about like 10. But yeah, I think that's about it for my recap of FanExpo 2024. Get ready for more weekly uploads. See ya.